With so many black-feathered beasts, it would take them a while to kill them all, even if the beasts did not fight back, not to mention the mutant and sacred blood black-feathered beasts. And now they had been trapped in the bodies of the black-feathered beasts. If they did not manage to go out, they would be torn apart before the king came to them. When Wang Fu was in despair, she saw a giant golden object in a sudden. It turned out to be the Golden Rock Worm King. Summoned by Hasen, the Golden Rock Worm King quickly ripped at the beasts' bodies. With its size like a rhinoceros, the Worm King pushed away all the bodies, blocking the three away. The black-feathered beasts threw them at the Worm King. However, the Worm King's shell was already really hard and the claws of the beasts could not harm it at all. The Worm King did not mind them and continued to devour the dead bodies. With the help of the Worm King, the three had gained space to move around. Wielding the chopper seamlessly, Hasen killed all the black-feathered beasts that dared to come close. Primitive black-feathered beast killed. Beast soul of primitive black-feathered beast gained. Eat its meat to gain 0 to 10 primitive geno points. With so many black-feathered beasts killed, Hasen eventually gained a primitive beast soul. Wang Fu killed about the same number of beasts as he did. Dancing with her daggers and using different martial arts, she caused the great damage to the beasts, making Hasen quite surprised. But the black-feathered beasts were so great in numbers that they could never kill them all. Hasen frowned and knew this would not work. The sacred blood black-feathered beast king was determined to kill them. Last time they scattered because Wang Fu had lots of men with her, and now there were only a few humans, so they had come back. The Beast King did not care about its own kind. Hasen knew their strength could not last them very long. Meng Meng, stay here and I will lead the beasts away. After I have finished, run back and leave the desert, Hasen said. Wang Fu felt that he must be lying. The only reason Wang Mengmeng was safe was his protection. Once he was gone, how could she fight all these black-feathered beasts? And with so many black-feathered beasts here, how many could he lead away? Even if he could get half to chase him, Wang Mengmeng still needed to deal with the rest. In Wang Fu's view, Hasen was simply making an excuse for leaving Wang Mengmeng and escaping on his own. When Wang Fu Pinking was guessing, Wang Mengmeng said, "Take care. Brother Ha, are you really one of the Wangs? Can't you see he is running alone? And you are still worried about his safety?" Wang Fu thought. But she suddenly saw Hasen reached out a hand, and a blue suite of crystal beast soul armor covered Wang Mengmeng's body from head to toe. The armor was simply like a beautiful piece of art, showing off Wang Mengmeng's nice body shape. She suddenly looked like a goddess of war from heaven. At the same time, Hasen summoned his hornbow and black stinger arrow and shot the arrow at the Beast King. The hornbows attached great strength to the arrow, which buzzed as it flew across. And Hasen had tied a thread at the arrow's nock at some point. With the other end of the thread in his hand, he was carried by the arrow and went close to the Beast King. Holding the thread in one hand, a sharp green dagger in the other. Hasen slayed every black-feathered beast that dared to approach him. This dagger was the other beast soul that he gained from Ji Yuming. The chopper was too heavy and big, which would weigh him down as he rushed to the Beast King. That was why he had used the dagger instead. Watching Hasen using an arrow to approach the sacred blood beast King, Wang Fu was dazed. Originally, she had thought Hasen was about to leave Wang Mengmeng alone and escape. So, She had made up her mind that as long as Hasain moved, she would follow him to make her way out. But in fact, Hasain was trying to approach the Beast King flying in the sky like this. She had not expected this to happen. What was the use of doing this? He could not even fly, so how could he cause the sacred blood beast king any harm? Once the arrow slowed down, he would be shredded into pieces by the numerous beasts. Stupid. He is more stupid than Wang Dongling, Wang Fu thought. Glancing at Wang Mengmeng, Wang Fu found that with the armor, black feathered beasts could not even leave any mark on it, let alone hurt the girl. Sacred blood beast soul armor. Wang Fu was shocked and her expression became complicated. With such armor and his strength, he could have easily go out himself. However, he had chosen to risk his life and leave the armor to Wang Mengmeng to protect her. This man is either mad or arrogant. Wang Fu looked up and saw Hasain in the sky. The arrow had lost the momentum because of his weight and obstruction from the black feathered beasts. Hasain did not make it to the sacred blood beast king. And mutant black feathered beasts started to throw themselves at him. He had lost all means of defense in the air. But at this time, Wang Fu suddenly saw a red shadow. Suddenly Hasain was covered in red armor and his short and black hair had become long and blonde. With a ruby crown on his head, he was glistening in the sun.